Well, hey guys, what's up? What's going on out there this morning? Hello, Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. Another episode of What's the Right Shot? Number 385. Yeah, we are closing in on number 400 here. Wow, very, very soon. That's going to be great. Always a good day to celebrate. Another episode with a couple of zeros behind it. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great start to your day wherever you are. I'm flying solo this morning. Jeff is on the road. Heading towards parts unknown this morning. So before we get into today's episode, which is featuring um, Mark Vines, and there's always so much to learn from Mark. Just on, God, I mean, we could spend a month every day kind of picking apart his game, not only swing tech, the simplicity of it, uh, but also his ability to rob you of time. And one of the things we're to see today is just that. Look, if you haven't already done so, or I should say, if you're looking for an adult camp, if you're a senior tournament player, you got to go get over to Facebook right now, or not right now, but at the end of today's episode, and look, go check out what Mark's got. He's got the SET camps, SET, Senior Excellence Tennis Camps. He's got a Facebook page. I think it's just facebook.com/set camps. I could be wrong, but go over to Facebook, and if you can't find it, either let me know or just in the search function over there, just go ahead and type in set camps or Mark Vines. You'll find it. I know he's got another camp coming up here this month soon. He does it in Florida, Naples, Florida. Just it's all good stuff. So look, a couple of to-do list items today before we get into today's episode, which is, well, first of all, Maya and I are in the finals of the husband-wife grass courts today here at Mission Hills Country Club in our age group, the 120s. And we're the number 2 seed. We got to play the number 1 seed, the Ryans. Always tough. Always tough. So we got to bring out our A-plus game, not once in a while today, but pretty much the entire day, and we shall see. Anyway, that goes off at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Mission Hills Country Club here in Rancho Mirage, the California desert. Yesterday, in our episode, it was a doubles point, and there was a question, which is, pretty common question, and I'm going to try to do my best to not butcher the answer. But in one of the shots that an opponent played, and hey guys, good morning, Kevin, Michael, Mark. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. One of the shots that was hit by an opponent when he was, I would say, around his service line, and I was up at net. It went by me pretty close that my partner Paul Wolf had to really kind of make a stab backhand volley in the middle just to be able to get it back and play. And the question was, how come, because Brent, you could have been able to make a play on that shot. And that happens to me a lot. What's the answer? How do we not let that happen? And here's the reality is, thank you, Susan. The reality is that anytime in doubles, I'll keep the discussion to doubles. Anytime in doubles, you and your partner can realistically only cover, I'm throwing out a number here, 80% of the court. The court's too big. Even with the two of you there, no matter what shot choice they have over there, no matter how tough a ball you've given them, you guys can never cover 100% of the court, and that's okay. So the best teams seem to always cover 80% plus, maybe a little bit more, 100% of the time. And so you as the opponent are always forced into trying to figure out, well, how do I thread the needle here? How do I go for something big? And to answer the question yesterday, which was, well, how come that ball went by you? You definitely could have made a play on it. And you're right, I could have made a play. But here are the factors involved in something like that. Number one, if the guy is decently close to me and he's on the service line and he's got a ball that's sitting there, I'm now starting to calculate, well, what has he done in the past? What are his tendencies in prior points in the match? What he's done. maybe he's gone up my line a couple times, right? So now I'm thinking, well, that's a pretty strong possibility, right? Maybe he's gone at me a couple times. Well, that's a strong possibility. And this time, whether his intention to was or not, yeah, he played a ball in the middle and it got by me. If I had been thinking that that was a strong possibility, I'm not saying I would have covered it, but I probably would have been thinking it. So the question was, how do we not let that happen? And the reality is, like everything else in the game, there's no lockdown guaranteed formula for everything. There just isn't. You can't you can't look at the game that way. You can't come up with this as if you're an engineer or if you're an architect and you can design something, whether it's swing tech, whether it's whatever, in this case, anticipating what an opponent's going to do. There's no lockdown formula. I'm sorry. If someone's trying to sell you that, I think that you're going to regret that money spent. So, look, the answer is, first of all, there's not a formula. And second of all, when they do something that you're not expecting, it's okay. It's 1 point. There you go, 1 point. And you just got to move on, and maybe you put that in your memory bank in terms of, okay, I've got to consider this, right? And that's sort of one of the beauties of being a versatile shot maker with disguise is you can show an opponent a couple of shots, right? And now they got to consider it. Well, now from the same setup position, again, you can show them a different shot. And now what happens? Now they got to consider that one in the future as well. So hopefully that makes sense. And then one more thing. Look, I do offer some private one-on-one coaching. And hey, Brent, good morning. Hey, Brent. Hey, Ken, good morning. Thank you. And Rich, you as well. Susan, thank you. Yeah, I do offer some private one-on-one coaching, mostly online. Got some online students, and it's really a great way to coach. It really is. I mean, we do some video. A lot of it's mindset stuff, but we do a lot of video as well. And from time to time, I've got students that travel out here to the desert, and it's a different deal. We do some, 2 or 3 day, 2-hour sessions. If you're interested in that, you want to learn more about it, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, and we can schedule a time. I'll show you what I've got to offer you, and you can figure out if it's a good fit for your game or not. So, guys, let's get into today's episode featuring Mark Vines. Set camps, and you got to go check him out on Facebook as well. This is a point from the national, it was either National 60 grass courts a while ago, or it was the Crable finals end of the year. Anyway, before we get into that, one of the things we've been talking about is topspin second serve, right? And there are a lot of problems. Let me just scoot back 1 second here to this. There are so many problems involved with really a high quality topspin second serve. We talked the other day about those few seconds when you miss your first serve before you start your service motion on the second serve. We do have free will to think any way we want to, but if you've got some negative thinking going on, such as the basic stuff, oh my God, hope I don't double fault, or hope I just don't throw in a fat lollipop where the serve's going to sit up and the guy's going to unload. So really, and then yesterday we talked about swing speed, the importance of swing speed on your second serve to create that high quality spin that you want, nice high bounce. But one of the other big problems is just toss placement consistency. When you get it right, it really breeds a lot of confidence. Hey, look, next week we're going to fix any problems you've got with your topspin second serve. Be sure to be looking for an email from me on how we're going to do that next week. If you're not on my email list, go on over to webtennis.com, drop in a first name, email address, and you will be all set. All right, here's today's episode with Mark. And look, you've hit a great return, right? Okay, you've hit a great return. What is that? A few inches from the baseline, you think you're in charge. Okay, well, okay, he picks it up. You hit another ground stroke. You think you're in charge, but maybe not. Get a relatively short ball, you play it, and you've got a deep enough approach shot. And now what I'm going to ask you is, what do you think's the right shot? What do you think? I mean, should Mark go up the line? Should he go cross court? Should he dip it down at the feet? Should he play a lob? I mean, he's got several choices here. What do you think? If you want to let me know, I'll give you 15 seconds here. Type in a little comment, and if not, that's cool. But you've got shot choices. One of the things that I know Mark does really well, he just goes with the first instinct, right? I mean, some of it's based on his opponent. He's got some knowledge already of his opponent. Even if this is the first time he's played this guy, he's starting to know what that player's tendencies are, and so whatever his natural instinct is for shot choice, he's going to be fully committed. So we got a lot of cross courts so far. All right, let's see what Mark does. He doesn't really go up the line. I think he's looking to get it down. I mean, it is up the line, but it's not like a passing shot attempt. I think in Mark's mind, he's going, this is going to be a two-shot play, and it's going to be over that part of the net. And now he's going to take time away. So, God dang it. I mean, first of all, you've hit an unbelievably great return of serve, right? But that doesn't bother him. You've now hit an unbelievably great groundie, no problem. You've hit a great approach, and now you're hung out to dry. So, yeah, that's what you got to deal with. If you're in Mark Vines' age group, thankfully I'm older enough, where I never have to deal with him. But this is the real deal. I mean, look, I know he played in the Pro Tour, had some great results on the tour. I think he won the Paris Indoors one year, beating the likes of a few guys, Yannick Noah and that. So obviously can play. But I just think he's a great model in terms of swing tech. Nothing fancy, early racket prep, and just smoothly picks it up on the rise. It just totally committed to it. Nothing fancy. And this is the best part to me, is just taking it away. I mean, your mindset here is you think you're in charge. You're feeling pretty good. Confidence, okay. Confidence, good. Now we got some real confidence coming in, and oh crap, and there you go. So look, hope you guys liked today's episode. Be sure to click the like button. If so, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get alerted every time. And yeah, guys, look, if you're really struggling with that topspin second serve, maybe once in a while you're hitting a good one, but not often enough. You want to be consistent with it. A lot of it could be toss placement. For me, when I went to see Tom Stowe back in the day, I went there, and my tossing technique, right? It sounds pretty crazy. My tossing technique was just not great. I mean, I really ended up with sort of a bent elbow that stopped right about, the ball would leave my hand and my arm would stop. And then the toss, I didn't know really what I was going to find when I looked up there. It could be all over the map. And if you're struggling with that, look for an email next week. We're probably Wednesday or Thursday of next week. I want to help you fix that, because toss placement consistency, when you're super confident with the type of serve you want to hit, you've already started back here. You've decided your target. You've decided, right, direction, spin, and exactly when you look up, you're now super confident that toss placement is going to be right where you want it to be. You're not going to have to go chase it. Look for that email next week. We'll get it fixed starting Wednesday or Thursday next week. Guys, look, any questions, Any comments, any remarks down below in the comment section? Let me know. If you want to keep it private, we can certainly do that with a conversation over Brent at WebTennis.com. And yeah, just a quick reminder, if you're looking for some one-on-one coaching, online and or down here in the desert, just shoot me an email, Brent at WebTennis.com. I'll let you know what I've got to offer. You can figure out if that might be a good fit for your game. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Love it. We've got a good crew here today. And let's get out there. Why not? Let's get out there. Let's help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again next time.